Sis, guess what? A huge confession from your lovely brother. I finally decided to get married.
What, you getting married?
I proposed to my girlfriend the other day and she said yes. So we are going to have a wedding and file registration this year.
Congratulations, Tristan. Well, are you gonna introduce her to the family then? You'll introduce me to her, right?
Well, that's actually why I'm calling you. I want to have a dinner party with both families at the end of the month. And at the dinner, can you please, not say a word to my fiancée, Allison?
What do you mean? I can't even say hello to her?
She doesn't like you. She doesn't even want to have dinner with you. But I know we can't do that. So I asked her to come, but I told her she doesn't have to talk to you.
I don't understand. Why does she not like me? I've never even met your girlfriend.
Actually, Allison is what you might call a daughter of a very wealthy family. Her family owns a big company. That's why she hates people with dirty jobs like you.
What? What did you just say?
You see, you work in a dirty factory, right? I know you're in dirty work clothes every day. She really can't stand people in that line of work.
You've got to be kidding me. And you don't actually want to invite me to the dinner? Not only that, you're telling me not to say a word to her if I want to meet her? How rude of her!
Can't help it. She's a sheltered girl.
That can't be the reason.
I understand how you feel, sis, but please, be a grown-up here. Please, just stay quiet at the dinner. Don't embarrass me in front of her.
What do you mean to embarrass you? If you're my brother, you should have said something to her. You should have said something like, "Don't make fun of my sister's job." How can you not get upset while your family is made fun of?
Huh? How can I back you up when you're working in a dirty little factory? Your job is so sweaty and crude. People hate those jobs, and you can't blame them for that. It's hard enough for me to tell her not to make fun of you.
What?
I'm begging you, keep quiet for your little brother's sake. I want to marry her. But what if the marriage is called off because of you? If that happens, will you be responsible for my life?
Oh, well, that's...
If you can't even take responsibility, then please keep your mouth shut at the dinner party.
That's enough. I'll just show up and leave right away. I'm sure that'll make you two happy.
That'll be great. I'll let her know right away.
I was so surprised today. I had no idea that my daughter's fiance was Allison's brother. Such a small world, isn't it?
It really is. I never thought I'd be greeting you like this. I'm surprised too.
I wish I could have talked to you a little more. Were you not feeling well today? You didn't say a word at all, and you left right before the meal was served.
Actually I was. I have a terrible allergy to hay fever and have been struggling with nasal infection. It's hard to even have a simple conversation and eat. I left because I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm relieved to hear that was the reason. I thought it was my daughter who made you leave.
What?
I'm sure you've heard from your brother. My daughter is a very selfish girl. She's especially picky about who she likes and dislikes. Once she identifies someone she doesn't like, she hates them to the core. She even says things like, "Don't open your mouth in front of me because I don't like you." So I thought she might have told you to go home without saying a word.
That wasn't my case. I decided to leave on my own.
In fact, I'm deeply moved. I can't believe that my selfish daughter, whom I had to deal with for so long, is finally getting married. She seems to have matured a lot recently. I'm sure it's because of Tristan. I'm very grateful to him. They seem to be having fun every day.
Yeah, they do seem to get along.
I can't wait for their wedding. I'm looking forward to becoming a family with you. Thank you for coming out today. I caught a glimpse of you and noticed that you had already arrived at the wedding venue.
Yeah, I just arrived a few minutes ago. Wow, it's the first time you're messaging me in person, isn't it? Perhaps, are you trying to warn me not to say a word again?
Oh, you got that? That's exactly what I was trying to ask you.
I knew it.
But I've decided to reconsider that. I don't mind you speaking, but could you please just leave now? I'm sorry, but I want you to disappear from my wedding now.
What?
I still can't accept you. I can't believe that a dirty factory worker is here at my wedding. I feel as if my wedding is going to be tainted, and it makes me feel sick.
Oh, what?
And the dress you're wearing looks so poor and shabby. It's exactly the kind of plain dress that suits a factory woman. I would have allowed you to stay if you looked at least a little better.
No, that's a terrible thing to say, Morgan. This dress is my favorite dress. Not only do you make fun of that dress, you tell me to leave now?
Huh? Are you talking back to me despite your status of being so poor? That's the kind of thing that pisses me off the most, and I can't do this anymore. Ugh, what am I going to do? I don't feel like having a wedding anymore. I'm sure it will crush Tristan if I tell him I want to call off the wedding.
What?
Of course, you don't want that, do you? I'm sure the poor sister can't even be financially responsible if your brother's wedding is canceled. You should behave and listen to me. There's no room for poor people here, so go home now. A bottom-feeding factory worker like you doesn't deserve to be at my wedding.
Well, goodbye then.
Don't ever show your face again. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. Everything will be as you wish. Then I'll say a final hello to your mother, the president, and then I'll be on my way. I'm gonna tell her that I'll cancel any further business with our factory.
What?
Your mother's company needed certain parts that only we manufacture. Your family's company has been a long-time consumer of ours. But I can't believe that after today, we'll no longer have any business with them. It's a shame, but it can't be helped.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? You know my mom?
Oh, what do you care about the poor person? Nothing that you'll be interested, so just enjoy your weekend with Tristan. Well, then I'll get going.
Come back to the wedding now. My mom is so mad at me. She said if you don't come back, the wedding will be canceled immediately. She does not approve of this marriage either, and she says she's going to kick me out of the house.
What? Kira's usually so calm and gentle.
Exactly. She's usually so mild and kind, but she is terribly angry today. I mean, is it true what she's saying? She says you're the president of a factory and that you make important screw parts for our company's products. Is it true that we can't make any of our products without those parts?
Yes, that's true. That's why your family's company will have to stop manufacturing for a while. Without our screws, the product won't be complete. I hope you can find somewhere else who makes them. But as far as I know, there aren't any.
You're kidding! You make such valuable screws? Are all screws the same?
A screw's just a screw, but it also makes a whole difference. We even have a patent for our product. We're the only company that makes screws that never loosen.
Oh, please, Allison. I'm sincerely sorry for everything I've done. So please, come back to the wedding.
I'll accept your semantic apology. But even if you apologize, it won't erase the fact that you dissed me. And I don't even have a dress to wear to your wedding. Even if I received a sincere and heartfelt apology, I still wouldn't be able to attend the wedding.
I also apologize for calling your dress plain. I mean, you know what? If I recall well, it wasn't plain at all. It's not that the dress is plain, it only seems so because you are gorgeous. That's what I really wanted to say.
Excuse me?
I think you would look better in a more beautiful dress. So I will give you a dress that suits you right now. So don't say you can't attend the wedding. I will buy a really pretty dress for you.
No, thank you. Even if it seems plain to you, I like the dress. Your mother gave it to me. I feel very attached to it that I don't need any other dress.
What? Did my mom buy this dress for you? Why would my mom give you a dress?
She gave it to me when I took over the factory for my predecessor. My predecessor threw a small inauguration party for me. That's when she gave it to me as a gift to congratulate me. It's very difficult for a woman to be in top management in this world. She very well acknowledges that. So she encouraged me that we'll work together as comrades from now on. She gave me this beautiful dress as a token of her encouragement.
Are you kidding me?
It's a high-brand tailor-made dress. It's sophisticated and simple enough to wear on any occasion. The dress means a lot to me, and I've used it many times. I wouldn't want any other dress. Now, if you'll excuse me...
I'm so sorry about my stupid daughter.
No, it's not for you to apologize.
Well, I still need to do something about it, even if you say so. If you don't mind, I'd like to make another formal apology. And please reconsider your decision to cancel our contract.
Kira, that's really unnecessary. And please don't worry about the contract. That was all just a bluff. I wouldn't bring my personal feelings into a business discussion.
Really?
Of course! I'm sorry for making you worry. I only reacted to what she told me.
It's okay. That's really not something you should apologize for. It's all my stupid daughter's fault. I'm so sorry for everything. I've heard all about the dinner party and everything else.
And with all due respect, she's one hell of a daughter.
It's so embarrassing. I know you don't want any apology, but still, please let me come and apologize to you properly. My husband and I can't let it be if we don't give you a formal apology.
Really? It's okay. In fact, I'd like to ask you something in return. May I discuss some business matters with you? There are some things I'd like to review regarding our current contract.
What? Have you changed your mind? And you want to end the contract?
No, I won't do that. It's actually regarding the price increase, to be frank. Due to the recent high oil prices and other factors, we've been under a lot of pressure. I'd like to discuss with you regarding the pricing.
If that's the case, I'll make time for you right away. Of course, we will consider it positively. Then I will contact you again regarding this matter.
Yes, please do so when things have settled down. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hey sis, is it true that you are now the president of the factory?
That's none of your business.
Don't be so cold. Actually, I have a favor to ask you. Can you please hire me at your factory? Please, you're the only one who can help us.
Huh? What do you mean? Why so sudden?
Actually, we're having a really hard time after the wedding. Morgan got kicked out of her parents' house. She's so spoiled and has been in a sheltered life until now. She has never really worked before, and now she is kicked out of her house.
She deserves that. She put her parents' company in jeopardy.
Yes, that's true, but she's in trouble in other ways too. I was going to work for her family's company after I married Morgan. That's why I quit my previous job to prepare for it. But that's all gone too.
Oof, oh no. That must be tough.
I had a decent job until then, but I quit the job thinking I may eventually be able to take over her family business. Then look at what happened. So please hire me at your factory. I'm pretty good at what I do. $100,000 for a salary would work for me.
What?
You know how they say you get a raise when you change jobs, right? Besides, I'm your brother. I'm the family of the president, so I should be treated quite well, right?
Of course not. Hell no, I'm not hiring you. Get your butt moving and start searching for a job on your own.
What? You won't help your sweet little brother?
No, you're not sweet at all. You never backed me up when your wife dissed me. You didn't even care to be on my side.
Well, I couldn't help, but then I didn't want to provoke Morgan into breaking off the engagement. Come on, Allison. We're going to be without a place to live tomorrow. And no job too. We're really in a bad situation here.
What?
We were going to live in her parents' apartment, but of course, not anymore.
You really don't have a job or a place to live.
Exactly. I spent all my savings on the wedding, but their parents got mad and called it off. I had to return the monetary wedding gift I got, and I'm really in trouble.
Oh no. You lost everything.
I won't let her make fun of you again, so please, can you help me? Your sweet little brother is in trouble, so help me out.
Sorry, Tristan. I don't have a little brother anymore.
Huh?
Yeah, your wife told me. She said not to ever get involved with you guys again. That's why I can't do anything even if you come crying for help.
All that talk is nonsense. Morgan is here with me now. She says she's really sorry for everything, and she says she'd really like to be friends with you now.
Tell her I definitely don't want to be friends with her. Well then, take care. I have to work at the factory today, so I'm busy after that. After that, Tristan went crying to our parents as well. They were also very angry with him. My parents told him until I forgive him, the whole family will not forgive him. He was basically banned from coming home, and now he had to find a job in a rush. But his salary decreased significantly compared to his previous job. Moreover, because Morgan has a completely screwed up financial value, Tristan's salary disappears within less than a day. Finally, Morgan has registered with an employment agency for her part-time job. She is assigned to work as a janitor at her parents' company. She cries every day for the situation she's ended up in. As for me, I'm finding solace in my work at the factory. The machines hum in a comforting rhythm, and the tasks keep me focused. It's ironic how the place that once symbolized struggle and defiance now offers me a haven from the turmoil in my personal life.
Hello? Is this Phoebe? It's Vanessa, Theo's mother. We met last weekend for lunch.
Oh, Vanessa, yes, this is Phoebe.
Oh, I'm so glad I got the right number. I asked Theo for it, but I wasn't sure if I had written it down properly. I'm sorry for messaging out of the blue. You're not busy, are you?
It's not a problem.
Oh, wonderful. There was just something that I wanted to discuss with you, if that's okay.
Of course, what's on your mind?
Well, last weekend, you said something that got me thinking a little bit.
What was it?
You said something about being an only child and raised by your father. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
I see. And where was your mother in all of this? Surely she was about, wasn't she?
No. It was just me and my dad.
So where was your mother during your childhood?
That's kind of a personal question, don't you think?
What? No, it's not. All I'm doing is asking about your childhood in an effort to get to know you better. I thought you would want to do the same, for the sake of Theo. Wouldn't it be good if his mother and his wife-to-be got along well?
Well, I guess.
See? So, you were just about to tell me where your mother was during your childhood.
It's a bit of a sensitive topic, but I guess if you really want to know. When I was younger, my mother left my dad and me for another man. She wanted to take me with her, but my dad said no. He didn't want me being raised by some stranger and a mother who was clearly more interested in said stranger than her own daughter. My mom tried to get custody of me anyway, but my dad fought her every step of the way. Eventually, he won the battle and gained full custody of me, and my mom left with her new boyfriend.
Oh, you poor thing. It must have been so hard, growing up without a mother. Men rarely know how to raise a child right.
Not really. My dad is a very kind and caring man. He always made sure I had what I needed growing up and taught me very important life lessons. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Yes, of course, but still, surely you missed your mother. After all, there isn't anything quite like a mother's love. They know what's best for their children and are just better caregivers all around. I bet your dad had to hire nannies or carers to look after you a lot of the time, right?
No. Look, I'm not sure what the men you've been surrounded by are like, but my dad is amazing. He took responsibility for me, and even if it was tough being a single dad, he was more than happy to raise me by himself as he loved me.
Oh, there's no need to get so defensive, love. I didn't mean anything by what I said.
Well, okay then.
I'm just curious. When was the last time you saw your mother?
I don't know. Quite a few years ago now. Last thing I heard was that she had found another boyfriend and was living with him somewhere.
I see. Well, I must be going. I'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.
Sure. Goodbye. Hello? Vanessa?
Phoebe? Why are you texting me?
Sorry to bother you, but is everything alright with Theo? He hasn't been responding to my messages at all, and he hasn't been home in days. The last message he sent me said he was staying with you. Is something wrong with him?
Are you really that clueless?
Excuse me?
Well, clearly you are, seeing as you can't even answer a simple question. What do you think it means when someone stops answering your calls and texts and moves out?
Hang on. Move out? What are you talking about? Theo hasn't moved out.
You said yourself that he hasn't been to your house in days, not to mention all the ignored calls and messages. It's clear, isn't it? Theo has broken up with you and has called off the engagement.
What? What are you on about? Why would he do that?
Well, because I told him to.
You told him?
Yes, do try and keep up. I don't want to be explaining this forever.
But why would you do that?
Well, after what you told me the other day, I simply couldn't let my son marry someone with such a sordid background.
Sordid? Because my mother left my dad and me?
Well, yes and no. It's not so much that your mother left your dad.
What? You don't like the fact that I was raised by my dad?
Not really, no. A properly brought up child should have both parents to look after them. Being raised by just a father, well, let's just say that the child won't do the best in life, and is not someone whom I would want marrying my son.
So let me get this straight. You don't like me simply because I didn't have a mom growing up?
You make me sound so petty.
Well, it's the truth, isn't it?
If you want to put it that way, then fine. It's the truth.
I can't believe you. Well, regardless if you like me or not, it's not up to you if me and Theo get married, so you can just butt out.
Do you think that Theo doesn't know about this? That I am simply keeping him hostage? Sorry to burst your bubble, but my son actually agrees with me. He trusts my opinion, as he should, and knows I'm simply looking out for him.
I can't believe you. I'm texting him right now.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Theo, are you there? I need you to answer me right now.
Hey, Phoebe.
Do you know what your mother's been saying to me? None of it's true, is it?
Well, you see,
Theo?
I'd hoped that my mom would have explained everything by now. I really didn't want to have to do this.
You mean to say that everything your mom has been saying is true? You're breaking off our engagement and couldn't even be bothered to tell me face to face? I mean, you couldn't even be bothered to tell me at all. You had your mom do it.
Please don't get so angry. I didn't want to hurt you.
Just tell me why. I thought we were happy. Are you really just going to do what your mom tells you? Are you really happy living like that?
Well, she's my mom. I don't want to upset her, and besides, she's just looking out for me. She thought that our marriage wouldn't really last that long and that you wouldn't be a good mother to any children we had, as you yourself didn't have a great role model. And, I mean, I guess I kind of agree with her.
You really think I would make a terrible mother?
That's not what I meant.
Oh, then what did you mean?
Look, I just don't think we're gonna work out. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
Fine. If that's how you want to play it, then consider yourself single. I'll leave the rest of your stuff outside on the drive. You might want to pick it up before the bin men do.
Come on, Phoebes, don't be like that.
Goodbye, Theo. I hope your mom makes you very happy.
Hello. Sorry for messaging out of the blue, Phoebe, but I was hoping we could talk.
Well, this is a surprise. We have nothing to talk about though, so I don't know why you're messaging.
Please, just hear me out.
Okay then.
I just wanted to apologize for the way I behaved a couple of months ago. I had absolutely no right to say what I did to you. I mean, I had only met you once after all. That's hardly any time to get to know someone.
Oh, I don't know. I think I know you quite well.
Aha, yes. Well, I just wanted to say I was sorry, and that perhaps we could all start over again. Theo is so upset. He has missed you like crazy and would love nothing more than to give your relationship another try. What do you say?
I say that I think you have seen how well my latest movie has done and that you're trying to worm your way back into my life to take advantage of my new fame and money. Is that about right?
What? How could you accuse me of such things? I truly just thought that I should apologize for my appalling behavior.
Well, thank you for the apology.
Of course. So, with that matter settled, would you reconsider marrying Theo? He has missed you greatly and would be honored if you gave him a second chance. Perhaps you could even invite some of your new film friends to the wedding? I would love to meet them.
Ah, there it is. I was wondering how long it would take before the real reason you messaged me presented itself.
What do you mean?
You don't care about me nor what you did to me. All you're interested in is using my fame to get close to other famous people. Well, it's not going to work. I am not interested in taking Theo back, not after the way he handled things. He left me humiliated and having to explain to all of my friends and family what had happened.
I'm very sorry, dear. But I really think that you should move on from that now. It's been 3 months after all.
You know what? You're right. I should move on from it.
That's wonderful. So I'll set the date for the wedding?
No. You can lose my number and move on with your life. I want nothing to do with you or your family again.
What?
I'm happy in my new life. And just because I'm doing well does not mean that you get to try and come back into my life to leech off of it. I actually need to thank you, though.
What for?
If it wasn't for you telling your son not to marry me, I would be miserable right now. Instead, I am living my best life without a spineless mama's boy dragging me down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy and need to get back to work. Have a nice life.
Wait, Phoebe, please.
Goodbye, Vanessa. Phoebe went on to have amazing success in her acting career. After she and Theo broke up, the young woman was able to spend her time focusing on what she was passionate about, which led her to gaining lead roles in huge films. It was during one of these films that she met the love of her life. He was a fellow actor who felt the same about Phoebe. The two ended up getting married and had a wonderful family together. As for Vanessa and Theo, Phoebe's ex-fiancé ended up moving in with his mother after he and Phoebe broke up. He was unable to progress in his career due to his lazy tendency of letting his mom sort everything out for him. This meant that Theo only had a small wage coming in, one that he definitely couldn't afford to live off of on his own. Eventually, Theo ended up marrying a woman who he accidentally got pregnant. Vanessa was horrified at the turn of events and tried to stop them. However, Theo felt that it was important for the baby to have both parents around and married her anyway. Sometimes karma really does exist.